And we warned the desecration of her today. And this security over here nonchalantly is going to stand by and stand idle. So we got to make sure these folks that can hear my voice understand why we're here. It is the desecration. It is the harm. It is the harm against the earth. It is the harm against the women of the earth. Yes, I have your attention now. Thank you. For all people home and being here present with us. All of us here have made a sacrifice to be here today. All of us here, whether it's one color or an ally, we're all making a spiritual sacrifice. We're all here to make sure that you understand. Shame on you. Shame on you for desecrating the land. Shame on you for thinking that your privilege is going to get you to heaven. Shame on you for thinking that it is okay to do what you're doing today.
Anyway, he's just showing we are along the border right now.
To dig up my family members, to dig up our artifacts, to dig up anything that you do. Okay, to dig up. This earth is not yours, and none of you are entitled to it.
Anybody who's just joining, we are along the border. This is the border wall construction going this way. Over here is a work camp. You can see that there's border wall panels. I don't know if you can see them. They're right there. They're trying to move these panels out to continue constructing this border. We've been here for a few days. Further this way is Quito Springs, which is a ceremonial site for the Tohono O'odham people. And there's been multiple ceremonies there. One, I think, 5-6 days ago. And then another one that actually had ceremony at the springs that went and disrupted the construction of the border, which is separating this traditional territory of the O'odham people who have roamed here for forever. And now they're building this wall here. It's destroying, as they're building the wall, they're pulling water out of this spring, which is, I think, 800, or it's like 800,000 gallons for 1 mile of wall. We're in the desert. There isn't a lot of water here, so it's a pretty big deal. And that spring has been giving water to the O'odham people, but also the animals here. And so people have come out here and their allies to stop the desecration of these lands. And that's where we're at right now. So thanks for joining us. Again, you can see in the description where you can follow the Border Collective, and then also on Instagram, it's Defend O'odham Juid feed. Did you want to say anything about what's going on? You can just speak.
Not right now.
All right, sounds good. All right, so we're going to be this live for a while. So already there's been multiple vehicles that have moved through this soft blockade really dangerously. It was pretty wild. This a few trucks just hit the gas and just barely missed hitting people. I apologize, I can't see in the chats right now. You see the security right here. And then a worker that's watching the truck is sort of placed across. Nobody's moved basically off this road into this territory, but they've blocked it off. You can see people are getting out of their vehicles now, kind of moving forward to see what's going on. The soft blockade has moved occasionally to let people through who are going to work. But then also the workers that are trying to get to this area here, which is the construction site, they have not really been letting those folks through. I apologize for the quality. We're on the border a little, not the best signal, so we're just gonna do what we can. Thanks for joining us. You can hit follow, like, share if you want to get this information out there. And also, if you see the information in the description, you can go to that Facebook page to kind of get caught up on what's been going on here. This fight against the border wall. It's destruction of the lands. They're saying the relatives who are buried there are being dug up as this wall is going through. And also the migration paths of a lot of animals are being disrupted and will no longer be able to do what they've been doing their whole lives. And so it's about the Autumn Nation's territory, but also like the animals' territory is being completely disrupted by this border wall. And if you go back, you can see the Quito Springs information on that action. There should be a press release in those Facebook pages that are there. I'm talking about the amount of water that's being drawn from that spring. That 30% of that water it's lowered 30% since the border wall construction has started, and that has been the water that they've been, for all time, has been supplying this area. That way is Mexico. You can see this. Wait. That way is the United States. Someone's skateboarding out. Again, if you just joined us, we are here along the so-called border. This is the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument. Border constructions, this is the national monument. They're just blowing it up, digging it up, because that's what a national monument is, I guess. Also, it's probably going to get over 100-some degrees today. So there's a lot of water being brought up. I have some water on me, luckily. You can see this is another private security right here. I haven't seen, there's been a couple border patrols that come up, but they basically just took pictures of people's license plates and walked away. And when vehicles moved through this crowd very, very aggressively, to the point where people could have been really severely injured, it wasn't like the border patrol was trying to do anything about that. They just sort of like weren't there.
You're losing it for it.
Oh, yeah, if you could do that and just kind of zip that up, that'd be great. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can see there's workers coming in from both sides. Alright, give me 1 second, everybody. I'm gonna move. So again, if you just joined, this is a soft blockade across the so-called, and near the so-called U.S.-Mexico border. It's a solidarity action in the solidarity of the Tohono O'odham Nation, and to bring attention to the desecration of the Quito Springs that are providing water to this territory for time immemorial. I don't know if you can see, like this is the wall. Let me move so I can show you the wall a little bit. And so that's what you're joining right now. If you want to hit like, follow, share, all that stuff. And also, if you look in the description of the stream, you can go and follow the pages of this camp, like this ongoing sort of defense of this land. Again, this is just one point of it. This has been going on for months. So constructed. That's the wall right there. Hey, can you grab my water hose and put it over my shoulder? Thanks. All right. So we're just gonna be live here for a while. Again, there's no, I don't know what's gonna happen. So you can see, I think pretty far back, there's one person I think who's stopping this sort of line of vehicles. They're in the middle of the road, or in the road, to make sure these vehicles don't advance any further. It looks like no more vehicles are trying to move through the blockade of people. Like I said earlier, that was going on. There was a few vehicles, very big trucks, tinted windows, hit the gas really close to striking people. And so I'll get a little closer, then I'm gonna move back to the blockade. So if you're watching, wondering where we're at, you can look up Ajo, Arizona. And you see this road here, I think it's Highway 85, heading south that way. Is south, is towards the border of, is where Mexico's at. This way's the United States. And it's already getting hotter here, so we'll see how this day carries on. And you can see all the trucks that are backed up. It's my understanding that a lot of these folks are trying to get to this area here. You can kind of see the border wall right there. For border wall construction, the soft blockades of the exit of this, you can see these are border panels right there, wall panels. See them right there? Yeah. Oh, thank you.
National Lawyers Guild member, and on the back are your rights.
All right, right on. Thank you. Just giving some. There's NLGs out here, National Lawyers Guild. So it's been moving back and forth. I wish I could see the chat again. I apologize that I can't. I sort of had to glue this together to work today. But we are up, we're live. I think the resolution isn't incredible, but that's fine. You know, at least you can see what's going on. It's usually pretty hard to get signal along the border because you're jumping back and forth between towers, and sometimes you get the gear gets a little confused. So thanks for joining. Trying to and you can see trucks in the background. Nothing really moving anymore. There's some pretty clear communication between the vehicles and the people in the soft blockade to various sort of results. Some of them, people really unhappy, other people just sort of watching, onlooking. This guy just coming up to take a picture. Just curious. And he's speaking Spanish. He's not trying to hurt anybody. He's peaceful. So you got a vehicle coming up.
Oh yeah, let him through. It's already through the afterlife.
And I said that why I have to go to the hospital. They're gonna let him through. And then other people are moving through as well. Places that's like a soft blockade. There's the communication between the vehicles. People know why they're here, and then also they're trying to make sure, you know, that if people need to get to the hospital, they're being allowed through. As you saw. There's also been other times where vehicles did not communicate, just hit the gas and tried to drive through everybody. If you saw there, they were like, "This, my wife needs to get to the hospital."
This is a solidarity action for the autumn nation, and this is against the building of the border wall, which desecrates sacred land and upturns sites, destroying stolen land that was stolen from the natives by the United States. This is an act against U.S. imperialism that continues in the 21st century. While this may be an inconvenience to everyone that is stopped in traffic right now, I would like to remind people that there are people dying, and this is people's livelihoods on the line. Lives, homes, and livelihoods. So, although this may be of minor inconvenience to you, this is people's lives.
You can see this person just driving through.
It's people like that desecrating our land. You think you're entitled to this land. You think you're entitled. That's
You see it has an Arizona license plate. So people are, you know, they're also really clear. No, they don't want anyone to get hurt. The vehicles, again, have been really driving through, and they're more focused on keeping everyone safe. There has been moments where people have stopped vehicles with their bodies, and the vehicles have continue to push through. You can see somebody applauding after hearing that on the other side. Do you have a power cord for this?
I have a cord. Do you have a battery?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go that far.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. How much battery does it
I can't see it, so I just have to start charging it.
I got a,
It's an
I
iPhone.
don't know if I have the cable, but I have an extra battery.
I got the I got the battery, so
You need the cable?
yeah. So I'd say like 15 minutes. If I have to do that.
What's that?
I don't know, like in 15 minutes we'll probably need that.
Okay.
I mean, I can't tell really, but it's been going for 17 minutes now. So don't forget. Can I get the keys? Thank you so much.
XYZ. Your flies.
All the time, dude. All the time. It's just how I roll. There, we're gonna move back. Again, if you're watching, we're here along the border. You can hit like, share, follow. Again, if you look at the description of the stream, you'll see that there's different pages that are linked there. Maybe I could have done a little better job of linking them, but I think it's the Anti-Border Collective on Facebook. You can go to that page. You can find out a lot more information about what's been going on here. Again, this is an ongoing campaign, land defense campaign that's been happening for months. And there's also Defend Autumn Jewett on Instagram. You can follow that feed to get more information about what's been going on here. We're just here right now to sort of learn more about what's been going on. Again, I'm Lorenzo with the Indian Collective, and it's pretty neat along the border to see the different actions that have been happening to defend traditional territories, indigenous people organizing right now to defend the land that's being desecrated by this border wall. A week ago, we were in the Kumeyaay territories, what's so-called California. You can look back in our feed, the Indian Collective, and you can see the actions that are going on there. While I think a prayer walk, prayer circle at the entrance to the construction site on the border wall, and now we're here, the O'odham Nation's territories, traditional lands, where other actions are going on. So these things are kind of going on at the same time. They have been for months. It's really important to know that. This is not something new. And again, here's another vehicle. This has also been going on since contact, you know, so this is sort of the latest iteration.
You can do that too, bitch.
The driver's just smiling. Again, it's a soft blockade. There's nothing here but human bodies that are stopping this traffic. No, let's go around.
Oh, come on.
So it's Arizona. You can see more people are coming out. Again, this is, I think we came up about 20 minutes ago. This has been probably going on for maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And yeah, people have been holding this different sort of entrances to, you can see this is the work site over here, or this is where like workers' supplies are at. I'm gonna move over here. So you can see the border panels that are in here. And kind of explain a little bit more about what's going on. So if you look, you can kind of see them right there. Like those are the border panels. They're on their side, laying sideways. Trucks have been moving those panels along this road down there to the construction of the border wall. That's right here. And folks have moved now to this area to create a blockade with their bodies. Again, there's no like hard things. There's some canopies, you know, just holding this space to disrupt the panels from moving over that way. The vehicle that moved up is now moving back a little bit. And so the traffic here is backing up really far. And then also on this side, you kind of can see it. Traffic is also pretty far back. And that's a bunch of like worker stuff trying to get into this area. Yeah, no, the quality's a little low, but that's fine. I just wanted to bring you here live so you can see what's going on. And let's kind of show you different things that are going on along the United States-Mexico border right now. Different indigenous people working to defend their territories against the border wall. In Kumaye, they were literally blasting through hard rock, through sacred sites to put the wall in. Here they're digging through it, drawing water out of a sacred spring, the Quito Springs. It's already lowered 30% as this construction has continued. And people are worried that that spring will be destroyed by the construction of the wall. From the information from those sites that are in the description, it said it takes 841,000 gallons of water for 1 mile of the wall. Because they're pulling that water out. They're pouring it to kind of stamp down this dirt so it doesn't kick up when they're driving as much. And they're also using it to mix cement. The security guards, you can see like right there, it does have a sidearm. Doesn't matter. Like, I think they all have sidearms. I haven't seen anyone draw them or pull them or touch them, but they are wearing them on their thigh. This other security guard as well has a sidearm. It's a pistol of some sort. And they're moving through, giving people water now. It's still pretty early here. You can probably hear me a little bit. I'm wearing a mask. Again, everyone's masked up due to the old COVID. It's also everything that's going on right now in this country. This is also going on. It's just important to know these sort of defenses and stuff don't stop because the news cycle is being like dominated by all these other things. People are still organizing themselves. Indigenous people are still trying to defend their territory. This guy got out, started trying to move the barricades.
What are you guys doing to help you? Look what they got. Fuck the board. We have fucked everything on the board. Hey, look at it. Fuck the board. We are the border. This is my land.
Who the fuck's land is it, bitch? Whose land? 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 Whose land?
Yeah, just telling them to run them over.
Whose land? Whose land?
We got to get it done. Huh? We are fucking.
He was mad. This guy's sort of just trying to move through. He tried to get these out of the way. Started saying it was his land, and people responded with this is autumn land. Well, it looks like people are going to try to drive through. Again, it's not, the Border Patrol came earlier, they're gone.
This might be an inconvenience to you guys, but the border is literally breaking apart families and young people.
So, the poster I was watching.
Gentlemen, good luck.
Officer was talking to the uniformed person, so he's just security. Last time security told people that they were just here to ensure that the workers were left alone. And you can see it, people just holding this space right now.
Get on it, go! Back up! This is for one day and this moment, so back up! Well, I'm not proud because I'm hurt. This land is being destroyed because of your entitlement. So back up. Back up. You want me to give?
Whose land?
But multiple people are trying to like talk their way through it. Nobody's.
Have a nice walk.
That's not good for watch crashes to vehicles. If you're just joining, this has now been going on for probably an hour, 20 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. I gotta find a cord really quick here. This person's walking through. So he's trying to get some few cars to go through. He's saying sort of like the same line that you gotta turn people against. It's like blockades. They always say like, oh, people are gonna be upset. So that's kind of what he's talking about. You can see there's workers in this little work yard. A lot of vehicles. Again, the border panels are sitting there. So people are just being told to like hold the space, try to interact with the other folks, the people who are coming to the blockade, and just try to hold the space in a good way. With different escalations, different sort of intense moments, people coming up yelling. Again, a couple vehicles did drive through, almost hitting people. Okay, it did also hit people, but luckily they weren't run over. They were just sort of struck and then moved out of the way eventually, because they really don't want anyone to be hurt, but do want to hold this space as long as they can. And you can see that the traffic is backed up really far. I think over here as well. I'm gonna move over here so I can see how far this is backed up. Looks pretty far. I don't know if you can see it. With curves, it's hard to tell, but people are standing out there looking on. Not really. Probably further back you go, they probably don't really know what's going on. Thank you. All right, give me 1 second, everybody. Well, hopefully I'm charging. Hard to tell. And we're just gonna be live here again. This is it. There's to hold this space. I don't know how long. I'm not privy to that information. But again, we just wanted to bring you out to these different ongoing land defenses that are going on across Turtle Island, across the U.S.-Mexico border. We're just the Kumeyaay territory where people were holding prayer circles and prayer walks to the border. And here people are in autumn territory. There's soft blockades today. The other day there was people moving to the border after having ceremony at the Quito Springs, which again are a sacred spring to the Autumn people that is being drained right now to construct this border wall. If you're listening earlier, you could hear that they've dug up relatives. People are buried along these places, and the wall just kind of continues being built according to what we're hearing here. And yeah, we're just bringing you out here. So thanks for joining. If you want to hit like, share, and follow, do that. But definitely check out the description, the Facebook page. Autumn Anti-Border Collective. And then also on Instagram, Defend Autumn Jewed. I'm gonna walk to the other side. So we've been here for a minute. Again, thanks for joining us here. Just wanted to bring you to the ongoing land defenses that have been going on along the border. Again, this has been going on for months, but also since contact, this has been going on. So I'm gonna move. Get some results down. It looks like I got kicked off for a second. If you want to join back up, hit like, share, follow. I'm not sure if I actually killed the feed and we're starting a new one. I'm not sure, but we are back now. Apologies for that. People walking up wondering what's going on. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how far back these vehicles are backed up on this side. You can see it pretty clearly on the other side. Just walking this way. Zipper is. Yeah, it's been like average like 110 degrees out here. It's still early, but the heat will just keep building. Bird. Sorry, just here, check this out, then we'll move back. Yeah, you can't even really see how far back this goes. Yeah, the road turns, so you can't really tell. You can see people are standing back here. Rattles. Okay, I'm gonna move back. Oh, they let some cars through. Again, they have let cars come through here and there. I'm not sure what the decision-making process is, but they are letting vehicles go through. These are vehicles coming from Mexico, but this has Arizona plates, yeah. So who knows? My friend's really letting me know with his head shaking. Oh, this folks got through. That was a really angry one. Eventually it all happened from. Most people getting a thumbs up. Again, varied. Responses. Some people were really unhappy. Other people were listening to why this was happening and were good with it. Like, they felt that was important that it was happening. Some people pulling over. They were cool with it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's just like totally varied, you know, like some people are fine, other people aren't. I apologize if I'm quiet. I'm wearing a pretty thick mask. Yeah, so they can see all these vehicles are backed up. I'm going to get to where everyone's crossing. I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to drink some water and eat something. You can feel my energy levels kind of plummeting. It's so many different emotions. Person at home? I'm not sure what they said. They were yelling something. It could have been good, could have been bad. It was what they were yelling. People just waving, other people like really unhappy, started like glaring. sort of like letting their disdain show on their faces. I feel this like whatever cruising, I don't know. Kind of it's always so varied. Again, it's a solidarity action with the Autumn Nation or Autumn people. This is the traditional territories. You can see this wall that's being built right here is going through there, sort of separating them. They've been so clean. They were here before this border ever existed. Now there's a border that's separating them from their lands they've always been roaming on. All that's been happening along most of the borderlands pretty constantly. These new borders separating people who've been here forever. And also the construction of the border is destroying sacred sites and also emptying out the Quito Springs, which is a sacred spring, which has provided water for this area for a long time. We're in the desert. There isn't a lot of water. And that spring has gone down 30% since the construction started as they draw water out. They're saying that it's like 800,000 gallons of water for each mile of the border wall used to wet down the land, sort of like so there's not as much dust, but also it's to mix the concrete they're using for the wall. And so they're pulling all this water from the aquifer to build this wall when there isn't a lot of water out here, which is affecting all the animals and the people. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah, this thing is huge. This is giant. Wow. So that was the folks that are letting through there. So I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna drink some water. Again, thanks for joining us. You can hit like, you can hit follow, you can hit share, and definitely check out the description to get more information about what's going on here. The Anti-Border Collective, the Autumn Anti-Border Collective, I think is the link that should be in there for Facebook, and then also on Instagram. If you have an Instagram, it's Defend Autumn Jewed. And you can look there. You can also see the actions that have been going on in the past. Like this is just sort of a new, well, this is today. I shouldn't say new. This is today. You can see there's a vehicle trying to get through right now. You can see how they kind of just... They just have to yell at everybody, and then they just told them to keep going. Fools.
Fuck the Republicans and fuck the Democrats too! Fuck all colonizers! Fuck the drive away! Fuck you!
It looks like there's something that was coming on the kicking me off. I'm back live again. Apologies. We are just experiencing technology together. Again, we are in Autumn land, Autumn territory. A solidarity action against this border wall that's being constructed. I don't know if you heard that last part, but I was talking about how this vehicle just came through and someone started talking about who they're going to vote for or not vote for. This is definitely not, like people here have been defending their lands regardless of who is in office. Like people have been defending their lands regardless of which party's in office. This is not about that. This is about making sure that people know that this land is being desecrated, from my understanding. And so I just want to point that out, like people were saying that. In the United States Constitution, it says the tree is the supreme law of the land. The United States entered treaties into these sovereign nations and then instantly broke those treaties. And so it isn't like there's a lot of trust with those folks in power. But yeah, obviously we're in this moment in time. So I just want to say that. You can look, if you look at the feed, I mean, if you want to hear more about, I guess, the indigenous vote, though, you can go to our feeds there at the Indian Collective. You can see the SCO Vote Den podcast, which does have conversations about voting. About the indigenous vote. So, but again, this particular action, I would not say is trying to influence anyone in that way. It's just trying to make sure people are aware that people want to defend this territory and what is happening to this territory. And earlier today, one of the people was speaking of, even if only these people can know, or the people who are in these cars that can understand of what's happening, at least they know. And this is not going to be ignored. We're talking about the sort of news cycle and how just, the things that are happening sort of in the country, how hard it is for people to focus, or not focus, but just to acknowledge these things that have happened. And this has been going on for months. The defense of this territory, this disruption of the sacred lands, disruption of the water levels, not only here in Autumn territory, but also in the Kumeyaay territories. This has been ongoing. And then again, we talk about how it's going since contact. Like, people have been interested in defending their treaty lands and their lands since contact happened. And then we said how the United States Constitution says a treaty is the supreme law of the land, a treaty with a sovereign nation, one nation-to-nation negotiation. And all of those treaties, I think the mass majority of them have been broken by the United States, despite them saying that in the Constitution. And so, again, we just had a vehicle come through. The person stopped, said he was switching who he was voting for. But again, these folks aren't here trying to convince someone to vote for one side or the other. They're here trying to defend their territory. And people are here in solidarity with other people to help them do that. And just to make it clear that this isn't going to go through unnoticed. People are noticing. Okay, so there we go. And again, if you're just joining, we are just here on there's a, there's a sign here, the U.S. inspection station ahead. Over here. So you have U.S. inspections. The border's right over there. You kind of, if you almost can see it, the little kind of red thing. My hand looks really bad. And I think it's the border checkpoint. There's a truck coming from the north. Again, this is looking north towards Ajo, Arizona. And I think, what city is there in Mexico? Huh? What city is that in Mexico?
Sonoita and Lukeville.
Sonoita?
Sonoita.
Sonoita? And that way is Sonoita, Mexico. So we're gonna head this way. You see this truck was moving up. Now people are holding the space in front of it. Again, there's been different negotiations letting different vehicles go by. I'm not privy to how those decisions are being made. I did see somebody say they had they were going from the south to the north into a hospital, and they let that car go through pretty quickly. And then you saw earlier, we saw the other vehicle go through. Oh, that string of vehicles go through. And I think I don't know what to think. But yeah, so again, you can look at our feeds of the Indian Collective. You can see the SCO Vote then is a podcast that was put out talking about the indigenous vote here in Turtle Island, or at least the United States, we'll call it that when we're talking about voting. And you can learn more about what's up with that, sort of the different forecasts of what could happen around the indigenous vote as we're entering this election cycle. Not talking about the elections too much, so I drop that in there. Let it percolate a little bit. But again, it only comes up because that person came through, said that they're gonna vote. Their vote was determined on their experience here today, and just to make really clear that, people, at least that we're observing, and people are engaged in this. They're not here trying to convince people to vote one way or the other. They're here trying to defend their territory, their sacred sites, their traditional migration paths, their traditional visiting paths. I mean, these tribes are on both sides of the borders. So let's let this truck through. I know there's some negotiation that happened. I don't know the decision-making process again. But if you are watching this, please go ahead and hit like, share, follow. Look at the Indian Collective's feeds. There's a lot of different resources for indigenous people across across Turtle Island. Different opportunities for trainings, grants, so on. There's also, you can look at our Land Back series. There's a video that was released recently about the July 3rd action in Mount Rushmore. Again, land defenses, you can see they're letting this vehicle through. Again, there must have been some sort of conversation that happened. I wasn't privy to it. But land defense has been happening across Turtle Island for forever, since contact. In Mount Rushmore, there was actions when actions to defend that land. So they should go back to the original stewards of the land. 20-some people were arrested there. Those hearings are ongoing, so if you want to learn more about that, you can follow the Indian Collective. But if you do want to learn about what's going on here, just look in the description. You can see that there is the Defend Auden Jewett on Instagram. You can follow that. You can follow that and go through the timeline. Scroll through the timeline. You're going to find photographs, videos, press releases about the different actions that have been going on here to defend this territory. And the same with the Auden Anti-Border Collective. I think there's a link there. I didn't put it together. I'm not exactly sure why I spaced it out. But yeah, you can check that out too. Okay, this is what I sound like without this mask in front of my mouth. So you can check that out too. And yeah, thanks for being here, everybody, and just following along. I think there's link trees too on both those feeds. So if you look at the Instagram, the Defend Auden Jewett, there should be a link tree there if you want to figure out how to support this thing here. I think there's bail funds, different support places to donate if you want to do that. And same with you can see the Anti-Border Collective feed also has an email where you can contact people, and I think there's also a link tree there. But if you scroll through those feeds, you can find that information. So definitely take a look. And thanks for joining us here. This is the Indian Collective. I'm Lorenzo, your host right now. We are just here watching people bring attention to the ongoing desecration of their lands by this border. You can see right now they're going to let people through again. I think they're just kind of letting folks through. They're just really coming through. Look at all that stuff. Again, I don't know what the process is, but they're letting folks go through. I think it's dragging something. Dropping peace signs on the car. If everyone's filming, driving and filming, I don't know. That's just how it's going. I'm just doing here, man. It's just guys yelling at me. I'm just reporting what's going on. I'm not sure what he was saying. Okay, now I let other cars go. So you can see, like, people know how to control traffic. They're telling people to kind of go slow a little bit.
Nice and slow.
During Standing Rock, one of the big things was like there's so much traffic disorder, but you can tell people like know how to direct traffic pretty clearly. Alright, so look at this vehicle. Now let's take a little tour of vehicles here. Alright, yeah, again, I apologize for going down a little bit. I think that we should fix that problem. We should be up for a while. This traffic's going to keep going. I'm going to drink some water and get something, like, try to eat something. I think I mentioned I was going to do that earlier. I never did. That person gave the middle finger salute. Again, totally varied. Some people don't care. Some people are excited. Other people are really unhappy. Is generally the feel of how this is going, or at least how people, experience this are going. Some people are giving thumbs up out the window. So again, it's just like, it is what it is. Protests are disruptive. In my experience, a protest is disruptive. If it's not disruptive, it's not really a protest. I shouldn't say that. But usually they are, massive amounts of people. You got a little thumbs up. Here's a thumbs up. Some middle fingers, some thumbs up. It's just a variety of experiences here. Oh, that person called me an asshole, so that person didn't like it. I don't know why. Just sitting here. I'm not even. Okay, whatever. We're going through. We got a little van. I'm clapping. Just clapping. Give me a double thumbs up. That person looks angry. Doesn't look very happy. Again, I don't know. It's just a variety of experiences here. Oh, that person called me an asshole, so that person didn't like it. I don't know why. Just sitting here. I'm not even. Okay, whatever. We're going through. We got a little van. I'm clapping. Just clapping. Give me a double thumbs up. That person looks angry. Doesn't look very happy. Again, you know, people are just gonna experience it how they do, you know, and some people are gonna be really upset. Earlier, there's people driving through the crowd of folks. But yeah, they're just kind of disrupting traffic, letting people know why they're here, and then letting people through here and there. So that's what we're seeing so far. But again, if you look back in the feeds, you'll see, or at least on those different pages, you'll see that there's been actions along this border. I think maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, people went to the Quito Springs. They did the ceremony, didn't film that, because you shouldn't film that. And then, I guess I'm not. And then they moved to the border construction and sang and prayed and stopped the construction for most of the day. Again, it's still early. I'm not sure what time it is. Well, actually, I have a watch. I think it's 8:23 here. Look at that truck. Yeah, that's middle finger. I got a middle finger on this one. Look at that thing. You got little waves here. This person's just kind of just having a good time, enjoying their life. They waved. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you what people are how they're gonna feel. You know, it's just kind of super varied. The one we filmed on the side of the road. Let's see here. All right, I think this is all the vehicles. There you go. Everyone's gonna get through. Oh, that guy has like double cameras on his car. That's interesting. All right, so that was all the vehicles from the south getting through. A little sailboat. Very neat. Oh. So before they let these vehicles through, they made sure there's no vehicles coming from the north. Again, this is north towards Ajo. Sonata? Is this way? To Mexico. If you're on the internet, you can go to, just look up Ajo, Arizona. Move south on 85. And then you'll get to this border checkpoint that's right over there. Right? Just right over there. And yeah, we're just here observing what's going on. So again, thanks for joining us. This is the NDN Collective feeds. You can hit like, follow, and share. Don't forget to follow these for more updates like this. We will be live. I think a lot more coming in the future. Just coming out to kind of coming along the border, trying to bring some of this some of this information out to you all. Like again, these campaigns, or I don't know if they call them campaigns. The land defense, the water defense has been going along the border, has been happening for months. I think if you go back to those feeds that are in that description, you're going to see this has been going on for months. And then we also, since contact, this has been going on because, again, supreme law of the land and the old Constitution of the U.S. of A, and also then they broke all the treaties. Treaties are the supreme law of the land. They broke all the treaties. And so people are engaged in civil disobedience. Oh, here we go. We're going to sit down for a second. I'm going to try to eat something. I've been promising myself this for a second. Give me one moment. I'm covered in food. And something easy. So 1 second here. So I'm going to sit down for a second, just let you watch. Almost done. Let's join. Okay, so some vehicles moved by. So the heat's already tipping up pretty hard. If you're on there, you can look up. I think there's a little town here that's called Lukeville. I'm pretty sure. You can look up Lukeville. Might be able to tell you what the temperature is right now. Or you can look at Ajo, Arizona. You can see what the temperature is. I assume it'll be over 100 degrees today. We're already. I can really feel the heat climbing.
That's it.
We're live.
Okay. That's the signal.
Good. And if you're joining, you're watching this on the NDN Collectives, I think either Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, follow. We'll be going to different land back sort of actions and campaigns throughout the next few months. So if you do like what you're seeing, just know we'll be kind of visiting these places. Right now we're here. You can look at the information in the description. The Autumn Anti-Border Collective, I think on Facebook is what it is. And then also you can see the Instagram there, Defend Autumn Jude. And so if you want to find more information, you want to follow what's going on here. Again, we're just visiting, bringing this out, trying to just amplify it, trying to connect it to the other land back actions that are going on across Turtle Island. And so we wanted to show this to you if you've been following us. This is been happening for months. And again, if you want to keep following this, I would suggest going to that Facebook page or that Instagram page, and hit follow that. And then if you want to keep following us, just hit follow, like, subscribe. And we're just staying here. Not sure where he's going. Somebody just parked their car, kind of walking across, like he's walking to just the other side. Maybe he's going to walk to work or something. I don't really know what's going on. I just walked through. Again, they're stopping vehicles. I don't think they're stopping pedestrian traffic. This security guard does not have a sidearm. I apologize. I think I said he had a sidearm earlier. This one does. It does not look, at least not a visible sidearm, that security guard. And you see the security guard here, he does have a sidearm on his right hip. There's the car coming on the right of the truck there. It's driven up. Like I said again, there's like random decisions being made to open and let people through. Well, I don't know if they're random. I apologize. People are out. They're hanging out for a bit, but it looks like they're going back to that way. I don't know exactly where they're going. Yeah, apologies I can't see the chat. I was intentionally building this to be able to see the chat, but based on how today went, it didn't happen. But we just wanted to bring this to you and bring it out the live feed just so people could see it and could witness it as well. We're right here along the U.S.-Mexico border. I'll say it that way. So-called real physical border here too, because they're building a wall right there. I don't know the I think it's all new wall here. And again, part of why this is happening, besides the desecration of the land and sort of the stopping of migrations of animals who are not able to move freely back and forth where they've been moving freely for all times, it's also that they're pulling water out of the aquifer here from the sacred spring, the Quito Springs. It's gone down 30% since the beginning of this construction. From the information on those pages you see in the description, they're pulling out 841,000 gallons for each mile of wall from the aquifer, and that's why it's lost 30% of its height. It's receded 30%, and we're in the desert. It isn't like there's a lot of water out here, and it's also incredibly hot. It's getting hotter as we speak. Sit down for a second, drink some water as I talk about drinking water, because if I don't, I'll eventually just cramp up. That wall, that banner there says no wall and still in land. I don't know if you can see it. No wall on stolen land right there. Maybe I was using it for shade. Folks hanging out in their cars. This is fuck borders. Fuck borders with a middle finger. Alright, that's the other one. You can see how far back that goes. And I assume it's like that, like both ways. That way, this way. So yeah, people have been sharing different songs. Oh, the songs aren't all autumn songs. The different folks are here from different songs, from my understanding. We've heard different songs from different nations here in solidarity. There's also some white allies here. They're the ones that kind of holding the front line. Most of them, I guess, not all of them. Pretty varied, I guess. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, so it's a lot of different folks all coming together to stand in unity here in solidarity with the Autumn people in defense of this land, in defense of this water. Again, we talked about the Quito Springs. So there's land defenders, water defenders, water protectors. I think that's the classy way to say it. And you hear someone was walking through, just singing. And this is, again, private security. There is no federal, I don't see any, Border Patrol, U.S. Marshals. I don't see any of that. The other day, when we were at Quito Springs, after the ceremony at the springs, the prayers at the springs, and people moved onto the to the border easement to stop this construction. Border Patrol showed up, U.S. Marshals showed up, Park Service showed up, and at this, so far, there hasn't been that. It's just been these private security who have their vehicles here. And there's been no more vehicles moving out of this yard, where again, you can see, I'll show you again. I'll get a little closer. You can see that these are the wall panels. They're actually in this yard. And so when we first got here, there was trucks trying to move these panels to where we were looking back that way. So we'll just go walk over here and take a look. Whew. All right. So I'm not gonna get super close because it'll just start being real funny with me. I don't want them to get real funny with me. So yeah, so these things here are the wall panels. We're being put on the back of flatbed trucks and being moved into the construction site, which was over there when this all began. That hasn't happened since this, I think, a soft blockade. Again, it's all human bodies standing in the road. Different vehicles have tried to drive through those bodies, which would have been really horrific. But people are trying really hard to stop them at times, like they did, get in front, and the vehicles hit their bodies, started pushing them, and eventually the organizers told them to just not get hurt. So it'd be better that nobody got injured. And the vehicles went through, but it was pretty tense, pretty frightening. Mostly with the history of what's been going on right now in the country with different events like that. Vehicles driving through people. Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to be, so I wish I could see the chat. I'd answer your questions, but I can't. So we're just going to be talking, babbling along, trying to explain what's going on over and over again. So again, my name is Lorenzo. I'm the host, I guess. I'm part of the Indian Collective. I'm currently the voice you're hearing talk a bunch. And yeah, we're live here on the border of this action. The heat's definitely tipping up. I can feel it getting more intense. I'm gonna move this mask kind of far away from people. I can feel it getting way more intense. Like the heat is so dramatic. I think the heat differential is like 40 to 60 degrees from night to day. So at night, when you're moving through this area, it's really cold, and then during the day, it's really hot. People who have migrated to this territory who aren't prepared for that, and during the day, they'll sweat a lot. And then when the sun sets, their clothes are soaked in sweat, the temperature drops, and they can get really sick. Also, moving through this area, there's a lot of cactus, different pokey plants, and when it's really dark, you can't see it. So it's pretty tough terrain, and there's really no water. We were talking about the Quito Springs, how important it is because it's one of the few water sources in the area, and it's being drained for the border wall right now. I did. I think somebody's trying to get through and someone's just using their body to block them from coming into the people. I'm not sure what was going on. But yeah, I've done some other work here too along the border, covering different humanitarian aid efforts. This is a really remote, really dangerous area, and people who move through, have migrated back and forth for all time before these countries existed. Still try to use those routes. Although the border wall, it was incomplete before. They're now trying to make this solid wall. And again, this wall's already been so-called defeated. People just use ladders to climb over. So just a whole bunch of money to put up a wall that people can climb over the ladder. And water resources, and also disrupting the ecosystem. And before that, the walls are sort of made to push people into really remote areas of the desert and let the desert sort of stop the migration. People have died. Different humanitarian aid efforts would put water out for people migrating. Recently, I think the No More Deaths camp, which one of them was raided for those humanitarian aid efforts. Humanitarian aid is legal all the time. So we're gonna go over here and see what's going on. This person's really mad.
Nothing's gonna happen by doing this. Hey, they don't care. The government don't care about you guys.
They don't care about you
The
either,
government
man.
don't care about you. You don't have the right to speak. We gotta go to work. Are you paying our bills?
We need to go. Everybody needs to go. We're done here. Let's go.
Not what you want. It's not what
people
you
are-
want.
Let's go. Hey, we don't like the borders either. We don't like the borders either.
So again, they've let people go here and there. Most people are going to drive through. And really dangerous.
Alright, I'm a DA trained activist, okay? I know what I'm doing. Listen to me, please. It's for everyone to stay safe, okay? I'm not doing this to boss you around, talk shit, or a power trip, okay? When I say disengage, it's for a reason. When I say move, it's for a reason. If I let them move it, okay? These fools are gonna come back, and they're gonna come back with little bitches and try to rush through. So what we're gonna do is let them through. And let them through. Just let them through, okay? Make a hole. Make a hole on this side. Keep
So
it
let's
on
let
this
them go.
side.
Again, like,
Back it up on this side.
they want to make their point. They don't want anyone to get hurt. Those people are really intent on driving through the blockade, and they were going to. And so again, but also this has been going on throughout the day. People have been being allowed to drive through and not drive through. The person, they waved. I'll give you a little like. The person saying God bless. Fist up, God bless. This person is not happy. So trying to make sure traffic's not coming off from the other side into this traffic. That's such a big truck. There's a Porsche mini SUV. Why not?
Are you supposed to be eating?
That dude's just sitting around. Yeah, look, I give a peace sign. A thumbs up. That's interesting. He's like, I don't know. Thumbs up. It's such a weird, we had those people who came up who were really sort of aggressive, threatening violence. One of them too was just like, hey, I don't like the border either. I just want to get by though. And then now people are going by giving thumbs up, some thumbs down, some no reaction. Feels really intense when people are coming up. Look at double cameras up there. It's so interesting. People come up yelling, sort of threatening violence, threatening to run over everybody. And like, if you've been watching, like, so this person's just waving. He looked really happy. He looked happy. He was smiling, thumbs up. Double cameras. Oh my God, this person's not happy. No emotion, no look on their face. A lot of like cams. So you can see how many vehicles are backed up here. Again, protests can be disruptive. People do get unhappy about it. You can see people are threatening to run people over, unhappy to use their vehicles to kill people. As their sentiment. Again, people here aren't they don't want anyone to get hurt. And they do want people to know what's going on here along the border, the desecration that's happening along the border. But they're cool. They're like, hey, if there's a peace sign coming through. Oh, there's peace sign, and then this is negative. We had some head shaking, real unhappy head shaking. More peace signs here. Again, people just feeling what they're feeling. They just wanted to get on their way. I did not look happy. There's a little frowny face. Oh, different. Look at this truck. This black out truck here. Filming, driving real slow. That's a big ass truck. Oh, those people are backed up. Classy, no feels on that guy. That guy is just not feeling nothing. Little waves. Again, people respond differently all the time. It's not like everyone's. There's like onlookers coming now. There's like people who've walked up. Someone just said they walked up and they said, I hate the wall too.
Y'all hear that? After the white Nissan.
So again, now I'm closing it up again. And really what this also is achieved, there's no more panels going this way. There's no panels coming through this area. And there hasn't been any attempts for panels to move since we got here. I think that whatever they got out, they can't come get more. It did look like they were trying to continue to construct over there. But we don't see any movement, nothing going on over there anymore. So again, there already has been multiple times where vehicles have rushed the people. People don't want anyone getting hurt. Again, they're trying to stop the panels from going through, trying to hold this space. Trying to do it in a good way. You can hear the songs, there's prayers. but also people are, like I said, they're all responding different. Like, as those people drove through, so there's a lot of thumbs up, a lot of peace signs, a lot of clapping. Also, some people with the middle finger salutes, and also just like disdainful shakings of heads, like making it clear that I am saying no with my head shake. Give me 1 second here. Let me get some water. Alright. These semis over here have been sort of stopped the whole time. And you see the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument. Natural and cultural resources are protected by law. And they're building the border wall right there. Through that. A cute puppy. Alright, let me go 1 second here. Yeah. Great. There's a car. Again, if you're just joining, we're here at this solidarity action. Different peoples on autumn territory to protest the construction of the border wall. Protest the construction of the border wall. I've been holding this space. Have stopped movement of border wall panels from at least this yard here to over there. Also stopping traffic coming from the U.S.-Mexico border and also going towards the border. They have stopped and let people through here and there. Sometimes just on their own volition. Sometimes after people like really came up threatening to run them over and kill them. So you can see now vehicles are coming in. They've driven around these trucks that are stopped and they're just moving this way now. Not sure what their intentions are, but they're, we'll find out, I guess. These vehicles, it's crazy. They don't have any. Nobody has front license plates in Arizona, it seems. Some boys getting out. People negotiating. Again, they've been letting people through here and there, so it's not like this has been a standstill. So people are just coming up now trying to figure out what's going on. The standstill has been from this panels. Huh. You need the keys or something?
Should I give them to you?
No, I have them.
Okay.
This is live. So. Alright, so we're gonna let folks through. Again, this has been going on and off.
I'm gonna meet you back that way.
Are people?
We're gonna start.
Okay. Okay, cool. So the folks are gonna start going, I guess. So I'm hearing. I don't know. You can't see how many people. Again, thanks to everybody who's joining us. You can see the people are taking down the canopy. This border wall has been constructed now for a while. It's destroying sacred sites. It's emptying out sacred springs, separating people who have been traveling across these lands for all time before these borders existed, before the ideas of these countries existed. And people just want to come out here and let's let them know they weren't just going to be able to do it. But the people are noticing this. They want the protesters of land defenders, water protectors. And then also, if you go to the descriptions in the chat, on Facebook is the Anti-Border Collective. It might be the Autumn Anti-Border Collective. It should be written down there, so let's check that out. And then also the Defend Autumn Jude on Instagram. You can follow that, and you can see just like the history of what's been going on here. Again, what you're witnessing here is not the beginning of something, it's the continuation of lands defenses that have been going on around this particular area. But also, as we talk about, like, this sort of thing has been going on since contact. The United States entered into treaties with a lot of these different peoples and then broke those treaties. A lot of these are just treaty territories that sort of the colonizers and settlers moved onto, took that land. And so, yeah. And again, and we wanted to bring you out here because this has been ongoing. And with everything going on in the country, it's kind of hard to notice these I don't know, you call them campaigns, but I don't know. These land defenses. Right now across Turtle Island, there's different land back sort of actions. The idea of sovereignty on traditional lands, indigenous lands, the original people.
Yeah, go, please. I gotta go. Okay? Wrap it up.
The documentary crew out here, it looks like. A big boom. Look at the size of that boom. People negotiating. I think that this is all wrapping up right now, so people have a little more. This is not being like really aggressive, like the other folks who are like, "We're gonna run you all over." That was their messaging. Oh, that was the people who walked it before. Yeah, I'm just gonna follow up at the end here. Again, everybody's following right now. Let's go ahead and hit like, follow, share. You can follow the Indian Collective. We'll be going to different land back campaigns or actions that are going on across Turtle Island, and also different solidarity. There's actions with the Black Lives Movement for Black Lives and defense of Black life. And we just wanted to bring you out here. If you go back in our feeds, you can see there were a Kunai territory earlier where people were doing similar things, trying to defend their lands against the border wall, desecrating sacred sites. upheaving burial grounds. Here in Ottoman territory, they're currently draining the sacred spring. Again, this is the desert. There is not a lot of water around, and so that spring is really important. I've been to 2 ceremonies there now. So really startlingly beautiful to come around this body of water being fed by this little strip of water. I don't know, I can't explain it. It was just really beautiful, and the ceremony was beautiful. People trying to protect that, make clear of what's happening. You know, that's another thing, just to let people know this is happening here. As the border wall is being built, it is destroying lands, destroying ecosystems.
Can I walk a little ahead of you so that they can see it? Yeah.
Alright, so this way no one's trying to go. So I'm going to do a little recap, the old recap here. Again, here's security. They just want to make sure nobody interacted with the workers, so they're just holding that space. And then this sort of area here is a storage yard. Get my mouth out so you can hear me better. A storage yard. They actually have border wall panels. And when we got here, or when I got here, they were moving these panels out with trucks to go to construct the border wall. People moved onto this road, set up canopies, set up banners, and started to hold the space across the road. You can see this long line of vehicles. It stopped traffic both ways. Really disruptive. You saw how people were reacting. Some people threatened to run people over, the drivers of these roads, run the people who are holding the road over. Some tried to earlier on. I wasn't live quite yet. They literally tried to run people over, made contact with humans, with their vehicles, on flesh. The people were saying that they don't want anyone to get hurt. We're trying really hard to kind of de-escalate those situations. And then you saw that they're letting people go through along this road back and forth. I think that the ultimate goal was sort of to just make sure that none of these panels came out, and just to let people know that this isn't something that they want to happen, and they want people to know that it is happening. Being out here, it's really remote. It feels like you could do whatever people could do whatever they wanted. And whatever they wanted. So we're gonna move it back here. I'm gonna move back. I think I'm gonna take it down here. I'm gonna get to this next area and take this feed down. But definitely check out the information in the description. Again, the Anti-Border Collective, I think the Autumn Anti-Border Collective on Facebook. Check out all the information that's there, so you can learn more about this. What's been going on here for I think since January, last few months. I'm not exactly sure the extent of time. And then also there's the Instagram Defend Autumn Druid. You can follow that to get information. We are, as the Indian Collective, at least me, going to start heading back north today. And so this is kind of the last feed from the border, from these territories. I just wanted to show you what's going on. Really thankful to have been able to do it. That worked out today. And yeah, if you want to follow the Indian Collective, you can follow, like, subscribe. You can look through our feeds too. You can see that we're putting out different content around different issues, different topics, and also a lot of different opportunities. So check out the Indian Collective. I think we're hiring. I can tell you that too. We're hiring right now. I'll show you me, I guess. How this works. So I was your host, Lorenzo Sarna, part of the Indian Collective. I wanted to bring you here. We did. And now we are going to head out, it looks like. So I'm going to take this feed down. Let's go to second. Move out of the way here. All right. So I wanted to tell you one more time to check out the Facebook feed, the Instagram feed there in the description. I know they're looking for support. So if you're interested in to learn more, support what's going on here, you can check out those feeds. I don't know the specifics, but if you check out the information, I think they're on the Anti-Border Collective Facebook page, and also on the Instagram, Defend Unenjued. There should be a link tree, or if you scroll through the information there, you'll find there's different places that you can support by donating, sharing, liking, that sort of stuff. So definitely look at that. And yeah, if you want to keep following the Indian Collective, we'll be bringing you to different places. I assume it's going to get pretty active here, so you'll be coming along with me, I think, a lot. I am your host. I am the Director of Technical Media here at the Indian Collective. Really appreciate you joining us. And